Hello and welcome back or welcome to my channel. This is going to be a collective vlog from July of last year to current time, February of 2026. I actually have some audio recorded from July, so I'm going to let that roll and then I'll come back to editing Jin. Show your spoils.
Oh no. What is it?
Burnett Fluffy.
So the talking part starts later than I thought, so here's just me showing some yarn from that trip. I didn't end up getting anything, but I'm just showing things I liked. Here's a bunch of loops and threads facets, which is in solid colors now, which is super interesting. I hear this yarn pills really bad, which is a shame because I'd like to make some clothing with it, but I'm still gonna try, I think. Michael's and Joanne's Rip. There was no sale, of course. Here is a Halloween village, which I thought would be amazing to like hold a D&D adventure in because all the little people in the scenes are about the same size as minis, and if I was big ballin', I would definitely get some of these just to write an adventure. I lingered on this Ferris wheel because look at that. I love pumpkins, and that is just so incredibly cute. We went to that Michael's because I was hunting for chenille yarn, and I found some at Dollar Tree instead. And here's the ride home. We ended up stopping at our favorite game store on the way home. We got some mystery dice and some beer. Our friend gave us that little Eevee bag, which was really nice. We bought some Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering cards. We do not play Magic the Gathering, but we do love Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 14. I think the collection had just launched around this time, which is why we got this little card binder and some stickers and a little pouch. We came back the next weekend for karaoke, and then here's where the actual voiceover from July starts. So I'll pick back up afterward. Hi, it is Saturday, July 5th, and I've been working on my cardigan for a few hours. I'm still on Ribbing Island. I have a baby in my lap. My microphone is not plugged in, so this is kind of an audio test to see how it sounds without the microphone. But this is where I started this morning. Well, this morning, it was this afternoon, like 1 o'clock here. And I've done this much, which both doesn't look like much and looks like a lot at the same time. It's just past the halfway point. The halfway point is like here. And I have a corner up there. I have this much left to do. I got into a little groove, but my hands are starting to hurt, so I'm gonna take a break. I wanted to start the vlog on the 1st of the month, but I wasn't feeling very well and I didn't want to just bring it to the vlog. But what I did do during the first few days of the month was start playing World of Warcraft again. I've been playing my new characters and it makes me miss my old characters. I'm having fun playing the new ones too. I want to draw some art of them so I can put them on Artfight, and I would also like to draw some stuff for Artfight. I have a convention in the middle of the month, so I know I'm going to be like out of commission for like a week and a half from that, but I would like to get at least a couple attacks done on Artfight. And then we had a really nice day yesterday. We went to visit my in-laws, and it's always really nice to see them. I love them so much. We got to do some shopping up there because their stores have so much better selection than the ones by us. We went to their Michaels, which I was extremely excited about because their Michaels has so much more yarn than ours has. It's like they knew our girl Joanne was out of commission because there was no sales. The yarn was all full price. It felt very expensive, and the coupon was terrible. I wanted to get some chenille yarn because I bought this amigurumi dragon pattern, and I'm obsessed. I cannot wait to make one. So I wanted to get some chenille, and while they did have chenille, they only had like large amounts. Like the skein was huge, and I only want enough to make a few small dragons, so I did not get anything. But we did check their Dollar Tree, and their Dollar Tree had a bunch of the premier chenille, and I was so happy because our Dollar Tree has none. We have like 3 Dollar Trees around us, and none of them have hardly any yarn, it feels like. So with the $13 I spent at Dollar Tree getting a wide selection of chenille yarn, I could have gotten like one and a half of the skeins from Michaels. They were like $9.99 or $13.99 or something. So I was thrilled about that yarn haul. And then we went to go hang out at our local game store that we love so much. That place is like a second home. We could be there all the time. Especially it's hard for me to go out. I have mild agoraphobia, which is why this is desk diaries, because I'm at my house a lot. But I'm very comfortable at this place and we love to see our friends so much. We bought some Magic the Gathering cards because they were Final Fantasy themed. We don't play Magic, but it was so nice to pull cards and see some of our favorites. And then my husband had a beer and I had some tea. We just had a really nice night. Then we came home and here I am today, struggling with black yarn. I'm gonna finish this ribbing and then I'm going to hop into World of Warcraft and start taking pictures, maybe start drawing my character, maybe play a little bit of the event. And that's it for right now. And we'll check in later. More D&D at a local brewery. I got a mocktail and it was overpriced but absolutely delicious. The moon was out that night. It was beautiful. My little baby. I started working on some granny squares. I have so many of these made, I need to put them together, or at least start mapping out how to put them together. Convention preparation. I love handing out these little healing potions, just 2d4. The ride up there is always nice. The only footage I am taking today. Here's us walking to the convention center from our hotel. I don't film these very much because I don't like filming people's faces without their consent, so I just film empty areas or the sky. So sorry there's not much to see. I did meet Tim Downey. He was so incredibly nice. Just an absolute pleasure. There's the parking lot. On the way home, it was 99 degrees in the room with the elevator. We got to play one game with our friends that entire weekend, and now we're driving home. I got sick immediately after the convention, and I made a Desk Diaries TikTok account, and it was popping off. I should post there more. Here are just some memes that I saved on my phone because I wasn't recording very much. Towards the end of July for Art Fight, I jumped back into World of Warcraft to draw some of my characters so I can put them up on Art Fight, and I just went ham and cheese drawing my characters. It was quite lonely though because all my friends had quit, so I just dove into my own characters. But I did draw a lot during this time, and it was really good practice. I also went back to WoW for the nostalgia, but it was just not the same and kind of sad. My computer finally kicked the bucket around this time also. Every time I would do anything, it would just shut itself off, so that was not fun. A big highlight of that month was also getting accepted as a VGen artist, which was crazy. I was drawing so much, and I was so excited to get on here. And I did, I set it up, but I was bad at advertising. I don't really like to advertise, I just like to draw. But I did, again, do a lot. I drew some YCH, your character here models. I did a lot of practice. And it was really fun setting it up. I should maybe advertise it a little bit more though. Here's one I did for Halloween. It took me an insane amount of time, but I was so happy with how it came out. And then bam, I ditched WoW for Final Fantasy 14. I've played WoW since vanilla on and off, but mostly on until recent expansions. And I played Final Fantasy from Shadowbringers onward. And Final Fantasy 14 definitely has my heart. It was so fun coming back and doing treasure maps with our friends. That's half the reason we love Final Fantasy so much, is because we have friends there and they are incredible and we love them. And by we, I mean my husband and I, we play together. The new treasure map is slot machine based, which is super, super fun, and it's pretty. And I like the rewards you can get from it too. Doing more art, sitting in my free company room. Working on that Halloween piece some more. I actually haven't sold a single thing on VGen, which is fine. It's still really fun to be on there and have it and see other people's art. More D&D. I bought the Emmett Selk playmat. More pretty sky, pretty clouds, pretty purple dragon. Definitely not a Mind Flayer bracelet. That is insanely expensive. Cold Snap. I always feel bad for the falling iguanas. Like, I feel really bad for them. This funny meme I saved on my phone. And here we are in January. I decided to rip out this cardigan because I wanted to do 2 rows of the colors instead of 1 row, and I wanted to up the hook size. And my husband wanted to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, and I needed to do something with my hands. It's hard for me to just sit and watch something, so this was a perfect thing I didn't really have to look at to work on. I'm absolutely loving how it's coming out now with the bigger hook and with the 2 rows of each color. The first ball of this I had is a different dye lot than the new ones I had to buy, and they're not even remotely the same, but whatever. I'm gonna continue, and I'm going to like wearing it regardless. I worked on stuff in the bed for a while. When I'm not feeling good, I just want to be in the bed. And then I busted out this heart sweater that I've had as a whip since 2024, I think. So yeah, she's 2 years old now, and I decided I wanted to try to finish it by Valentine's Day, and spoiler alert, I did not. There's Wasabi sitting in my lap while I crochet. Sometimes he's nice while I'm crocheting, sometimes he's naughty. And then I decided to work on another character for you guys. He's coming. It's mostly done. Back in the bed with my various project buckets. I love how it's coming out, and I love this big hook. Driving to, you guessed it, more D&D. I never need an excuse to record the sky or my D&D tables. Here's me working some more on the D&D character. It's a little teaser, I guess. This is sped up like 800 times. I'm actually quite slow at drawing. Working on the heart sweater some more. Getting this done by Valentine's Day and the fact that that white yarn is glow-in-the-dark yarn was the only things pushing me to get through this. Because I had to edit the pattern to get it the size I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be oversized, and I wanted the sleeves to be longer. We stopped at a Michael's before D&D, and I didn't get anything. I'm proud of myself. It was my husband's birthday week, so our friends brought this platter to D&D, and it was delicious, and it was a really fun game. My husband DM'd us a game that he wrote himself. Well, it was still D&D, but he wrote the story and the encounters and all that. My husband always rolls doubles, and this time he rolled a double 20. That was crazy. My friend's insane D20 collection. Chicken Tower. I decided to work on this granny square because I saw a piece of yarn dangling off my shelf, and I was like, what is that? And it turned out to be a piece of a granny square that my cat had chewed off the working yarn. So I magic knotted it together, and I wanted to see if I had enough from what he left from his chewing to finish the round, and I did. So I worked on that square. Finally, several months later, getting to that chenille yarn and that dragon pattern at 4:45 in the morning, the night before the Ren Fair, thinking I could get this done in an hour as a backpack charm, and I did not get it done. But it was so cute. It was coming out so nice. I was so happy with it. I don't have a lot of footage from the Ren Fair because, once again, I don't like filming people's faces, but we had an incredible time. I cannot wait to go back. Here's some funny audio that I did manage to capture.
Love the crusty tentacle.
Ew! My husband got a beer, and for lunch we had chicken skewers and potato croquettes that were delicious. There's my dice bag. I was handing out dice all day. Some of the musicians were just playing music at the end, and it was amazing. And then I got back to the dragon immediately because it was so cute. I wanted to keep working on it. What? Wasabi clearly did not want me to keep working on it, but I persisted. Around this time, I got the legs done, and they were so cute, and they were no-sew. It was so easy. I love this pattern so much. I want to make a million more of these. I did a time lapse here. And he's done. I can't capture how cute this is, like, on camera. It's so cute in person, and the chenille yarn is so soft, and the wings are so floppy. It feels so nice in your hands. I love this thing. And then I started my sleeves for the sweater. I ended up having to frog all of this because the sleeves were too big. I don't know how I couldn't see that. Looking at it here, I'm like, yeah, that's big. I am almost done with the new sleeve now, at least. I did end up putting a few less rows here, and then I increased it towards the top because I hate when fabric bunches up under my arm, so I try to make the armholes big. And then we played more D&D. This was a really fun adventure. It was scary because we almost died a couple times, but we did persevere. And that brings us to present day. I know that that's not much footage for the last 8 months, and it was like rapid fire because I didn't record very many clips. So I'm just going to share things that I have, some thoughts that I have in bullet point format. I did not finish the heart sweater yet, but I'm very close. The sleeves are almost done, and I just have to assemble everything and do a million yards of ribbing for the neck and the bottom. I also did not finish the Halloween cardigan from the beginning. I just have to do the inside ribbing, but I know I have to do math for the V-neck shape and the button band, and I have to find buttons. But I do want to finish that soon. The new hexagon cardigan is working up really fast, and I love it, but I'm going to save that for when I need a mindless project to work on, like when I'm watching something or when I'm not really feeling well. Which is why there's only 20 minutes of footage from the last 8 months, is because I have not been feeling well. But I feel like this year I really want to push myself to try to do more. I'm not sure how much of it is like anxiety or neurodivergence and how much I can exposure therapy my way out of. Like, if things will get easier if I just do them more. Sometimes if I push myself too much, I feel the effects of burnout, like I get sick, and it just takes me out. So I need to find the delicate balance of that, I guess, but I really want to try this year. As for future plans and things for the channel, I have that D&D character almost finished. The art is pretty much done. I just need to finish the background and get the journal together and then edit the video so that I can release him for free for you. I would love for the next vlog to be finishing at least one of these sweaters that I have going, and I also want to do a yarn tour video. I need to go get some bins to store it better, and while I'm reorganizing, that would be the perfect time for me to show you all my yarn and the plans that I have for it. Also, this is kind of unrelated, but also kind of not. I watched the Super Bowl halftime performance with my mom, and I swear it changed my brain chemistry. Admittedly, I live under a rock, and my music hasn't really changed much since high school, so like 20 years, so I had not heard of Bad Bunny before, but oh my god, I love him. Me and my family are 100% Puerto Rican, like parents born on the island, and that performance just, I don't know, like ignited something in me. So I would really love to look into like traditional crochet if that exists for Puerto Rico. I have to do some research into like Puerto Rican fiber arts, but my grandmother crocheted, my abuela. And yeah, so like at the very least, I think I would like to make one of my little dragons in the Puerto Rican flag colors. I think that would be very cute to combine like my heritage and my interest in D&D and crochet. This vlog was kind of a mess, but I still hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed having you here if you watched this far, and I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I hope you do something nice for yourself, and I hope to see you next time.